Hey, do you guys know what I use the most, at least during the last few months, to take photographs? Is it the DSLR I own? No. Is this the drone I own? No. Is it the DJ Osmo Pocket I own? No. Is it the GoPro Hero 8 Black? No. Is it the GoPro Hero 4 Session? Still no. My super awesome imaginary camera? Well, yes, but still no. The photography gear I use most of the times these days is my mobile camera. And I'm not the only one. I mean, around every single person now who owns a smartphone now are using it to do some sort of photography. It can be to photograph their pet, their child, nature, hell, even wildlife. Can you shoot wildlife with mobile camera? I'm not sure. Okay, maybe not wildlife. Okay, landscape, portrait. So yeah, you get the point, right? So you can use your mobile phone to do a lot of photography stuff, just like you would have expected. Now, since the mobile photography industry is huge, mobile photography field is growing day by day. The camera accessory industry has come up with a lot of accessory exclusively made for mobile phones. Like any other camera gear, they would stretch your limitations. So today we are going to look at top 7 accessories you can own that would greatly, hugely, awesomely enhance your mobile photography skills. Let's get into it. So what's up guys, my name is Abishek Swami. Welcome back. If you're meeting for the first time, we talk about photography, camera, wildlife photography, pretty much about photography and everything around it. So don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon, like, share, make it go boom. Here's a heads up. First 5 accessory I'm going to tell you is going to cost you money. However, the last 2 accessories, last 2 tips or accessories, you call it however you want, are going to be completely free. So I want you guys to stick around the video till the end to know what's it all about. So the first one is going to be a common contender for any kind of photography. It can be videography, it can be landscape photography, any type of photography. You need this accessory. It is a must-have accessory for any kind of photographer, and a mobile photographer will need nonetheless. It is a tripod. I cannot stress this enough. A tripod makes a huge impact on a photograph. At the end of the day, how much ever steady hands you have, all those minor vibrations that your hands might cause while taking a photograph will greatly affect a photograph. So I would always suggest you guys use a tripod irrespective of the settings you use. You use a high shutter speed, I don't care. You use 1/4000, 1/2000, doesn't matter. A photograph that you take while your camera is mounted on a tripod will look much better than a handheld shot. Use a tripod. Trust me, it makes a difference. Alright, so first thing, as I told you guys, is a tripod. Let me put it up for you guys. Are you guys able to see me? Yeah, that should be. So here's one more tip. Lucky for the mobile photographers, a good tripod for a mobile photography is not going to cost as much as a good tripod for your DSLR or your mirrorless camera. The reason is obvious. You don't load much weight. You're not going to load much weight on the tripod. It's just going to be a mobile phone, probably with a filter or a wide angle lens or a fisheye lens. So it's still going to be less than a kilogram. However, just a basic DSLR body with the kit lens is going to weigh more than half a kg. So you need not invest much on a good tripod. Anything under $1,000 should do for mobile photography. I mean, this one back when I bought it, this costed me like $800. It still does an amazing job. This is like my secondary tripod. I use this for different angles. Whenever my main tripod, which is a Digitech tripod, it's again an awesome tripod, is in use. I use this as my backup. Alright, now that you got a tripod, all you have to do is mount your mobile phone onto the tripod. So all these tripod, they come by 3/4 inch of a screw, which is kind of universal. The ones you find below your DSLR body, your mirrorless body, your point and shoot body, and whatnot. I think I'll pull this down a little bit. This should do. So you get these kind of universal mobile phone holders, which has a female end of a 3/4 inch screw, which you can mount it on the tripod. So here how it goes. Hold on. It's going to take a while. Just give me a second. These mounts go this way. Or you can also tilt this to be on your portrait side. I prefer shooting it in the landscape orientation with my camera, so it's up to you guys. You do what suits you. Also, once that is up, all I have to do now is pick my phone up and load it. So here you go. That's a professional looking mobile photography setup. You know, I cannot explain in words how much of an upper hand you will have if you use a tripod. Right from the videographs you're going to take, long exposures. The mobile cameras that come these days have a lot of features at par with the DSLR. The manual features are amazing. You control the shutter speed, you control the aperture, you control ISO, you can take a long exposure, time lapse, night lapse. You know, the possibilities are endless. Many of these features will be of no use to you if you do not own a tripod. Get a tripod. Recently, at least, I've seen a lot of tripods which offer these as a freebie, which comes as part of the tripod. You know, that shows the amount of people who are getting tripods for their mobile phones. The next one is again an amazing accessory. The highest advantage a mobile phone has is its size, is its weight. It's very small, it's very light. You can do a lot of creative stuff that you can't do with a traditional camera. So what comes next is a Gorillapod. I'm sure you guys would have seen this. A lot of people use this even with the DSLR. These Gorillapods cost a huge amount of money based on the weight you're going to load on it. So for a mobile phone, however, you will need just the basic one that should do the job just fine. The reason why I would suggest a Gorillapod is for reasons like these. You put it on anything you want. Alright, I think you guys should come take a look here. That's a nice view, seriously. Alright, I hope you guys get the point I'm trying to make here. The point is, clamp it to a branch, you clamp it to a tree, you clamp it to a railing, you clamp it to anything you want, mount your camera, boom! You've got an amazing view, you've got a perspective that you cannot shoot handheld, you cannot use any other photo gear but your phone camera to use. So that's my second, so Gorillapod. Okay, so the next one we're going to talk about is one of the most cliched, one of the most commonly used accessory for mobile photography. It's a selfie stick. I honestly don't have a good one because I've got very limited use for it, but however, if you are completely full-time into mobile photography, it is again a great tool. The advantage with the selfie stick is that it gives you, it again expands the horizon. It gives you more reach. It gives you unusual angles, which you can't achieve with your hand or a tripod. As in selfie stick these days, they are amazing. They come with a remote control and infrared remote control. They also have this tripod thing in their base where I think I have one. I'm not sure whether it's called the tripod. I'm not sure what it's called. So this is one of the GoPros. So there are selfie stick which come in the same manner. So the bottom, you just twist the bottom and there comes a tripod stand which you can mount. If you're not going to use it, put it back inside, screw it up. Very useful, very innovative. They also come with this remote control and infrared remote control which you can use to control your phone camera. You could change the settings, change the lens type, trigger a timer, click to take a photograph. A selfie stick can also act as a substitute for a tripod or a Gorillapod. You can tie it up. All you have to use zip ties. You can tie it up anywhere you want. There are selfie sticks, as I told you, which comes with this removable base which you can plug it out. Boom, you've got a tripod setup. You can use this to shoot time lapse. You guys be your judge. You do whatever you want to do with it. Hot. You guys might have noticed the new studio setup. I'm right now in a completely different new house. A lot of things have changed. I'm setting up my new studio here. It's pretty hot. It's peak summer. I don't have an air conditioner here. I can't afford a fan because apparently my mic picks up a lot of noise from the fan. I'm stuck with this. Really refreshing. Alright, what else do I have? Okay, this is a pocket RGB light. You can just put it on charge, you can plug it up, you just got an inbuilt tripod mount, put it on a tripod. This just pumps up your creativity. You could use it however you want. You can create a theme, set a mood, bring in new effects, create an amazing backdrop, a backlight, front light. The list goes on and on and on. The first one to come up with this idea was Godox. Godox has this pocket RGB light. They cost like around 20,000, which is a huge investment for me. I got a Chinese version of it. It's called V Light. I got it from a store. It is also available online. By the way, I'll put all the links of the items all the links of the accessories that we spoke about in the description below. Don't forget to check that out. What this RGB light does is it's pretty powerful. It has a lot of color options. This is white, red. Hold on. Pretty cool, right? So as the name suggests, it's RGB. They come with red, green and blue. They also have this white light and the warm light. You can adjust your kelvins, you can adjust the temperature of the light. Let's see, I take this up. So yeah, they look really cool. They add a huge amount of effect to the photograph. Excuse me a second. This one cost somewhere around 5,750. I got it for like 5,500 if I remember correctly. I'm not sure. Sorry, one more sip. Just one more sip. Alright, what next? So we're down to the last two accessories. So I wouldn't call them accessories per se, maybe like a tool to enhance your photography. The first one is to efficiently use your mobile phone's camera. What do I mean by that? So if you're an iPhone user, the native iOS app, the default camera app that comes on your phone out of the box does not offer much control in terms of photography. Yes, you can choose where you have to focus, you can lock your focus, you can increase your brightness, decrease your brightness. The portrait mode is awesome, the HDR mode is awesome. While it is all there, you cannot control your shutter speed, you cannot control your white balance, your ISO or your aperture in the native iOS app. It is one of the things which I hate about iPhones. While I'm a huge fan of an iPhone, if I have to complain about one thing, it has to be about the camera. All these Android phones, however, the native app itself has this pro mode or manual mode. They've got different names for it, where you can control individual settings of the camera. So here's my point. If your mobile phone allows you to have a manual control, a pro setting or a manual setting, try to use that, make use of that. And if your phone does not have that feature, there are a lot of apps that you can download, like Camera Plus, Camera 2 Plus. There are a lot of apps. You be your judge. I'm not going to recommend any apps for you guys. There are some certain free apps. There are certain paid apps. Lightroom, even a Lightroom has an inbuilt camera where you can take a photograph using the app itself while controlling all the settings. One more advantage is that the photograph you take using your native in-house, your default camera is going to be a JPEG image, a processed image, not a raw image. I hope you guys know the difference between a processed and an unprocessed image. A raw image stores more information, which means you can work more during your post-production. You've got a wide range of settings that you can play with if you shoot your photograph in RAW. However, if it is going to be on JPEG, there is not much you can do in post-production. You are very limited. So using a third-party app like this to capture a photograph also gives you an option of capturing the photograph in a RAW format, which you can later post-process to make the best of it. The last is also going to be a software, however you call it, pertaining to mobile photography, is to have and learn a good photo processing application. I personally use Adobe Lightroom. I have subscribed to Adobe Lightroom, so I also get Adobe Lightroom as their mobile app as part of the package. There are a lot of other apps which you can use. I'm not talking about the adjustments you make in Instagram. No, that is very basic. If you're going to take your photographs to the next level, you gotta start learning complex apps. You gotta play with the shadows, the whites, the highlights, the blacks, the color temperature, the contrast. There are a lot of such parameters in an advanced photo editing application, which you should be owning one, which you should be playing with every day, learning every day. The possibilities with these photo editing apps are huge. You can be learning new things each and every day. In order for you guys to learn and evolve in mobile photography, you need to have a camera application, an application that lets you take the photographs the way you want it, and an editing software that lets you edit the photographs the way you want it. Alright guys, that's it from me. I hope this video gave you a new idea, gave you a new perspective, helped you, sorted you out in some way. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe and comment. Let me know what you want me to work on, talk about in my next video. I've also got my Instagram link put up below. You guys can connect with me. We can discuss, we can talk more about photography there. I would be happy to talk about photography. I'm bored, I'm home all the time, so I would love to talk about photography now. So until then, stay safe, stay home. Cheers. I'll see you guys in the next video.